right, Emanuel, so obviously you're a freshman coming into the season, but you're like in an interesting position where you were been with the team for half the season last year. How valuable has that been for you to kind of have an idea of what it was last season and then coming into this year, really being able to have that experience under your belt?
I mean, it was good coming in early, getting to know the culture and the principles, like the defensive principles. It gave me a head start on that, and just being here, experiencing March Madness with them and going through all the practices throughout March, it showed me a lot of how things are supposed to go and how we're supposed to go about things inside, like during that time. So it was really helpful.
You just mentioned experiencing March Madness. Was there, what was that like, just from being able to experience it from like such a up close and personal?
Yeah, I mean, just the atmosphere walking in the gym with all the people in the stands, it's really nothing like it out there. So I mean, everybody should be able to experience that. That's why I feel like it's a blessing, because not that many people get to experience that.
So one of the reasons you joined Houston early was because of the injury you suffered, correct?
Yeah.
What exactly was that injury?
I broke my leg and dislocated my ankle.
And what was that rehab process like? How long?
I mean, it was slow. You got to embrace it. I mean, I spent a lot of time in bed, 6 weeks. And then coming out of that, a lot of physical therapy, like just working on my foot and my ankle, trying to get it back right 100%. Man, just coming here was the best idea for that, because, you know, you got Bishop. Yeah. And, you know, he's the best strength coach out there. So he really helped me further my
rehab.
Yeah.
Had you started it before you joined, or were they kind of like the same timeline, if that makes sense? Like whenever you came here, you started the rehab, or had you already started it?
I mean, I had already started rehabbing, but it's like a different kind of rehab, because I broke my leg and then I rehabbed like the first part of rehab, but then like the second half of rehab that really get me back to my athletic shape, I needed to do it here. That's why I'm doing it.
Gotcha. And what was that process like, just being able to, because like you said, there was 6 weeks where you couldn't move, like in terms of
I was in my bed for 6 weeks, and then just after that, it's being consistent with it. That's really the biggest deal, is every day you got to work on it, getting it better and healthier.
So when you first joined, do you remember how much like you weighed in terms of?
Joined the team?
Yes, sir.
232.
And now?
205.
Dang, that's crazy. That's 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Damn. Can you talk a little bit about what like Adam Bishop and really kind of stuff he emphasized? Cause you always see it on Twitter. Yeah. But what is it like being able to?
I think the biggest part is just being more active. I mean, coming here into a program like this, you're gonna always be doing something, which really helped me. And then eating right, and he's just giving me all the right things to put in my body.
And then kind of talking specifically about the sport, obviously you guys are like two and a half weeks since you guys like officially started. What's that been like? Just obviously, I mean, I'm sure you guys are at a point where it's like not necessarily new, but you're kind of getting into a rhythm. What's that first 2.5 weeks?
I mean, it's all been a process, just every day coming in and working hard and getting to know and getting better as a team and individually. It's just main thing we talk about is stacking days, stacking good days. So that's just the main part for everybody on this team, is just stacking good days back to back to back, and we'll just go up from there.
So whenever you were on the team last year, could you practice with them?
Yeah. I for sure practiced a little bit. Just wasn't 100%. I wasn't doing everything they were doing, but I helped out with the the scout team and all that.
So has there, and this either whenever you first started practicing last year or coming into this season now that you're like fully, what's like been the biggest adjustment that you had to do just from
biggest adjustment for me, probably 2 things, is the speed of the game, and then obviously the defense. It's so fast paced, you gotta really be focused and locked in on what you're doing.
And just in terms for some of the Houston fans that might not be like don't know your game, how would you describe your game? I mean,
I'm a guard, a combo guard, same position as Marcus, that can score and still handle the ball and facilitate and play D also. You got to.
You mentioned Marcus, obviously Jamal Shed, those two, Jamal and Mark too, they're like the leaders when it comes to that guard position. What have they been like just from that leadership perspective so far?
I mean, you can't get a better mentor than them three. I mean, they always show me the ropes, show me tips and tricks on what to do and what not to do on the court. And it's just, having them as role models really made it way easier for me here.
Gotcha. Is there anything else you like, just in terms of any goals? Like, obviously, I'm sure you guys are excited for the season to tip off, but just overall, maybe something you're looking forward to, like once the season.
I mean, I'm just looking forward to our first game. Really. That's pretty much it right now.
Gotcha. Perfect, man.